Imagine being stranded on a totally alien world, a planet of floating islands and blue-trunked trees. Now imagine running into someone from Earth, and instead of reacting to the shock of the environment, he stands there with his arms akimbo, scowling, completely locked into the posture of an arrogant academic in his own study. That is the situation the protagonist, Ransom, faces when he encounters the physicist Weston on the planet Paralandra. The circumstances of their meeting defy all logic, yet Weston shows zero interest in his own crashed spaceship and zero curiosity about how Ransom managed to survive. Then Ransom notices a highly unsettling detail. Weston is speaking the local alien language with absolute perfect fluency. During their previous encounters, Weston openly despised the natives and could barely string two words together. Ransom realizes he is trapped with a monomaniac. Weston exudes a tense, inescapable energy, entirely focused on dragging Ransom into a philosophical debate. A profound psychological break has occurred. A cold, calculating physicist, previously obsessed only with human survival and utility, has suddenly mutated into an unhinged fanatic, obsessed with an abstract concept he calls spirit. To understand how Weston got here, we have to look at his original worldview. He used to operate on a strict dualism, seeing the universe as a continuous battle of man against nature. The goal was always human dominance. But a severe illness gave him time to read biological philosophy. He stopped looking at physics and started looking at life. Weston adopted emergent evolution, a concept erasing the line between dead matter and living things. It visualizes an unbroken upward thrust of cosmic energy. Follow that vector strictly, and humanity becomes irrelevant. The biological vessel doesn't matter. Only the blind forward momentum of spirit counts. Valuing a blind forward motion over human life removes all ethical guardrails. When a person believes their highest duty is to an abstract concept of progress, they strip away their moral safeguards and discard obligations to fellow human beings. Ransom tries to point out the obvious danger here. Worshipping spirit blindly is a trap. There are good spirits and there are evil spirits. Traditionally, we visualize good and evil as opposing forces. Weston calls this a semantic trap. He claims they aren't in conflict, but portraits from the same evolutionary energy. In his redefinition, God is evolution beckoning us forward, while the devil ejects us from behind. If moving forward is the only definition of good, then any action that advances the timeline is justified. Greatness, in Weston's mind, transcends traditional morality entirely. Weston drops his lecturing tone and whispers that he is receiving actual guidance from this force. He is consciously preparing himself to be its central conductor. Ransom tests this logic with specific extremes. He asks if he'd commit murder, commit treason against his own country, or publish lies as scientific research. Weston cheerfully answers yes to all. By deciding that good and evil are merely identical engines of progress, a brilliant mind intellectually justifies absolutely anything. It is the complete and voluntary amputation of the human conscience. The argument reaches its logical, horrifying conclusion. Weston rejects the very idea of a distinct self, collapsing the final boundary between his own mind and the universe. He declares that he is the universe. He shouts, "I am your God and your devil," intentionally calling that blind cosmic force into himself completely. The moment he makes this surrender, a violent physical spasm rips through his face, twisting his features entirely out of recognition. For a fraction of a second, the old Weston reappears. His eyes go wide with genuine terror, and he screams to Ransom for help, begging to be saved from whatever he just invited in. But the entity takes full control. It spins his body around like a rag doll and slams him to the alien soil. The possessed body rolls in the moss, slavering and blindly tearing at the ground. When Ransom tries to administer brandy, the man's teeth clamp down on the solid glass bottle and bite right through the neck, registering absolutely no human pain. Abandoning objective morality for a blind devotion to progress does not elevate a man into a god. It merely hollows him out entirely, leaving an empty shell for the darkest things in the universe to pilot.